Brother, you got to stop letting porn be stronger than you. One of the things that I see keeps men shackled to this addiction. One of the things that I see keeps men stuck from truly breaking free is the fact that they see themselves powerless to the screen. They see themselves powerless to the temptations. They see themselves powerless to the urges. Many men accept the fact or buy into the false belief that if they feel a certain way, they need to act on that feeling. If they're struggling with a certain emotion, they're allowing this emotion and feeling to run, control, and dictate the outcome of their lives. Brother, you got to stop letting porn be stronger than you. Every slip, every relapse, every time you return back to the screen, if you do not see yourself as the person that is making that decision, that means you are passing the buck. You are saying that there is something outside of me that runs my life. You are saying that there is something outside of me that is controlling my actions. In real freedom from this addiction, stepping into real freedom can only be done when you realize you are the person that is in control of your life. 100% personal accountability and responsibility is the only pathway to real and lasting freedom. As long as you continue to allow your internal feelings, your internal thoughts, your emotions to drive your behavior, you are giving ownership of your life to something outside of you. And for many of us, this is what we've been conditioned to do since we were a little boy. Maybe you were told growing up that this is the way that we are, that riches live a certain way, that men act in a certain way, that you are supposed to be this type of way. All these stories about who you were, all these narratives that painted your vision of yourself are things that are outside of you. And I understand when you're trying to get that control, it can be very hard to see it through a different lens and perspective. And that's why today's episode is purely one of motivation and inspiration. We're not getting tactical in today's episode. We have over 200 plus episodes here on The Rebuilt Man of tactics and strategies and tips and the protocol and how to process and this and that. Today's word and message for you is one from the heart, because I speak with dozens of you on a weekly basis that are caught up in the struggle. And if I could pass anything on to you right now, anything, if I had a microphone that I could speak to the world, every man struggling with pornography, one message: you are not powerless to the screen. You are not powerless to your temptations. You are not powerless to the triggers, urges. Many of you hold on to the identity that these things are stronger than me. Now we'll get tactical here for a moment, because if you see yourselves as powerless, how do you grow in power? If you see yourselves as a victim, how do you become the victor? If you see somebody that is enslaved, how do you become a conqueror and break free? After listening or watching this right now, or pause it right now, I want you to go look yourself in the mirror. I want you to look yourself in the mirror, and with the realness and rawness that you can, I want you to dig deep inside. I want you to take a journal, and I want you to write what comes to mind when you see yourself. Strip down. Get as naked as you can be wherever you are right now. If you're in a public place, do this exercise at home. Go look at yourself in the mirror. What do you see? What do you see from the top of your head all the way to the bottom of your feet? Now ask yourself Are you living out your life to your fullest potential? Are you embracing your relationships? Are you leaning into the people that care about you the most? Are you supporting them? Are you giving them the best version of you? Your fitness. Is your fitness a priority? Your body will be a reflection of this. Your body is the biggest cue and indicator, in my opinion, of your love, respect, and appreciation for yourself. If you're not proud about what you see, the power's on you to change it. But don't accept powerlessness if you are not embracing the power that God has placed inside of you. You see, you think that God created you to be weaker than porn? Did God create you to be weaker than the temptations? Did God create you to be weaker than the thoughts? See, you are surrendering yourself over to these things. And essentially, what you're saying is, God messed up. God messed up when he made me. Well, I can tell you, God doesn't make mistakes, brother. God placed in you, inside of you, all the same strength, greatness, and capabilities that he's placed in every single man. And if there's a man that has been in your shoes before, caught up in porn addiction, disconnected from his relationships, disconnected from himself, not prioritizing his fitness. If there's been a man that has been in that same position and has walked through a transformation onto the other side, that means it's possible for you as well. But I can tell you the difference between the man that was where you were and has broken free and the version of you today. The difference is the man that was there and is no longer there stopped playing the victim. The man that was there and is no longer there stopped being weaker than porn. The man that was there and is no longer there realized the power that lives inside of him. Now, the world is going to distract you. It's going to pull you from all of these things. There's going to be social media, fantasy football, Netflix, video games, pornography. There's going to be all these things to pull you from your purpose. But there's gifts, creative abilities resting and living inside of you. And for most of us, we waste our sexual energy through porn, which prohibits us from transmuting that energy into stepping into our purpose. In the early 20th century, Napoleon Hill wrote the #1 best-selling personal development book of all time, Think and Grow Rich. Landmark changed the game for personal development, for success principles, for creating wealth, for truly accomplishing success in this world. There's an entire chapter in the book dedicated to the power of sex transmutation. See, your sexual energy is the strongest force known to man. Now, what most of you are doing is you're wasting that energy every single day with scrolling on TikTok, with porn and masturbation, with dating apps, with hookup culture. You're wasting all this potential that rests and lives inside of you. But it's that energy that is needed to no longer be weaker than your vices. See, you have to understand that that energy there is there for creation of industry, for that business that sits inside of you, for taking your family to the next level, for creating the life of your wildest dreams. All of that energy lives inside of you. And every day that you go without pursuing it and wasting it in porn is every day you're surrendering yourself and saying, porn and my triggers and my urges and all of these things are stronger than me. Brother, you got to stop letting porn be stronger than you. Now, I've created a community and, of course, the #1 transformational program in the world, built upon many of these principles that were taught in Think and Grow Rich and expanded over the last 100+ years of behavioral science, of neuroscience, of spirituality, of faith, of identity transformation, pairing with nutrition and physical transformation. And inside the Reboot Your Life school community, we're giving access to this for free for an entire week. You can go to school.com, SKOOL.com/reboot your life. You can join us for free for 1 week, test drive the course, get access to one-to-one coaching, get access to our group support community as well. But brother, if you're going to win this fight with porn, you have to look yourself in the mirror and remind yourself on a daily basis that you are not powerless to porn. You are not powerless to your device, to your vices. You're not powerless to your triggers. You're not powerless to your urges. You are a powerful man. You're a powerful man created in God's image to go out there and conquer and create in this world. I believe in you, brother. I look forward to seeing you on the other side.